The PWHL dropped the puck for the first time ever almost 2 months ago. The league has since seen some dominant wins, heartbreaking losses, and overtime thrillers. Welcome back to the second ever PWHL segment on Penn State Sports Night. I'm your host, Nico Rodriguez, joined alongside Josh Bartosik and Allie, Wenskoski. So Josh, let's start with you. What team have you liked so far?
Yeah, I'm going to start with the team that's leading the PWHL right now, and that's Montreal. They're led by the former Canadian captain, Marie-Philippe Poulin, who's second in the league with 12 points right now, and she's really been dominating. But the defense and the goaltending has been the really strong thing for them. I mean, their goaltender, Elaine Chuli, a .960 save percentage so far this season. She's been lights out. I mean, that's not something you normally see from a goaltender, not just in women's hockey, but in all of hockey. I mean, you hear .960 save percentage, you think of someone that's the same size or bigger than the net, but she just plays her position so well, and that's why Montreal is so good. They just beat New York a few nights ago. It was a team that was right behind them in the standings, and they've been kind of battling back and forth this entire season so far. Or not New York, Minnesota, excuse me. They've been battling back and forth this season, Montreal, Minnesota, and Montreal got the better of them and have really been one of the best teams. They've been a bit streaky as of late. They've won 4 and lost 3 of their last 7 as well, so they're kind of on a bit of a rough patch right now, but they're still one of the best teams because of their goaltending, and especially the former Canadian captain, Marie-Philippe Poulin.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm going to talk about Minnesota. I think they're the team to watch. I mean, they're in second right now, but they have led the league starting in the beginning of the league, and they just dropped to second behind Montreal. They started off 3-0, and then they fell to New York 3-2, but they were up 2-0 in that game. So they really have some power there, and they have some of the firsts in the league. They've broken attendance records. They made the first trade, actually, with Boston. They got Sophie Jakes, and they gave Boston Savannah Tapani and Abby Cook. And then they also made the first overall pick in the draft, Taylor Heisey, and that's why they're struggling right now as of late. Their offense is just not what it could be because their first overall pick, Heisey, has been out 4 consecutive matches since the break from a shoulder injury. So if they had her in the lineup, it could be a completely different game, but they're still in second place.
So Allie, we'll stick with you here. What team has been the most disappointing so far?
Yes, so I'm going to go to second last, which is 5th place, as we know, and that is New York. They just haven't really done much this season. They started mid-pack, and now they've fallen down to 5th. They struggled a bit, just like scoring goals. They should have more offense, and they just don't. They have 3 out of the 10 top scorers in the league, and that's Alex Carpenter and Abby Rock in there, and they're just unable to put in goals. They only have a 1.25 goals per game percentage, which is the worst in the league, and they have 3 out of the 10 top scorers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go to a city that's the rival of New York, and I'm going to go with Boston. This is a team that had the 3rd overall pick, Alina Mueller, not doing what they expected her to do. She has a decent amount of assists, 10 assists, but just the 2 goals on the season so far for her right now, and she's really not been carrying the load offensively, and really nobody on that team has been carrying the load offensively. They've only scored 3 goals in 3 out of their last 8 matches so far. That's the main reason they haven't been scoring, because they've been getting great great goaltending. Former Northeastern University standout star nearly won a national championship a few years ago, and then a few years before that as well with the Huskies. She has a .940 save percentage and a 1.72 goals against average, I believe. And when you get numbers like that, you expect to see yourself winning because your goaltender is putting you in a position to win. But right now, Boston, they're just not getting the scoring, and it's something that they really have to work on. Their leading scorer just has 4 goals on the year, and when your scoring depth is that little, it's going to be really tough to find yourself in the thick of the race. That's why right now they are in the middle of the pack.
So Josh, what are you most looking forward to?
I think so far the best thing to look forward to is just the amount of excitement and attendance that's been growing in this league, the popularity so far in just a few short months. I mean, look, we just had over 19,000 people at a Montreal-Toronto game at Scotiabank Arena, which is not just breaking the women's hockey attendance record. That's been more fans than we've seen at certainly any Arizona Coyotes game, and a lot of other teams. Buffalo Sabres probably haven't gotten that much this year. All these other teams, the Chicago Blackhawks, aren't getting that many fans. So you have a game like this that is the middle of the season for a brand new league that's bringing in more fans than some of these teams have seen all season long. And that's just incredible to see. And you're seeing so many more of these games that are getting picked up by big networks. MSG has been picking up a lot of these games for New York and Boston, for New York specifically. TSN's picking up the Montreal ones and the Toronto ones. And when you're getting such national recognition from these broadcasting networks, and you're seeing so many more people tune in. It's growing the game. You see so many more men's hockey fans coming over and watching the PWHL. I mean, you see it even here on campus. I've seen a couple of PWHL jerseys once or twice around campus. It's just great to see. I mean, if they're doing this much in such a short amount of time, this league is only going to continue to go up.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off of you. I was really excited to watch the Scotiabank game. Toronto did win 3-0, which shows that the top team can be taken down at any point. I mean, there is only 6 teams, so I'm looking forward to expanding that a little bit and making some names so it's not just PWHL Boston or whatever city. But that game was just incredible. It shows, like you said, that people want to watch and people are going to come out. I mean, the game was sold out and, like you said, got more fans than some NHL games. So I'm also looking forward to the Montreal-Boston game this coming Sunday. I think it's a really good matchup. It's the top team versus the number 4 team, but Boston isn't acting like a number 4 team. They are on the rise and they're coming hungry. And they have Mueller going up against Elaine Schuler for Montreal, the incredible goalie. So it's going to be interesting to see who wins that one.
The PWHL is officially in full swing. There's over 2 more months of action left in the season. For Josh Bartosik and Allie Wenskoski, I'm Nico Rodriguez. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
For more content like this, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, give us a like, and follow our socials down below.
And as always, we are
Penn State Sports Night.